we need also need to ensure that we practice the 8 laws of health. I was just wondering, Nebert, yeah, I'm just a bit curious. Um, Not sure if persons recognize that nature's way is back.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to advise you that
Yes.
nature's way is back.
Right. And so
We
so
have
we
been
can.
released from prison,
Yes.
so we are free again. And that is the platform we are on at the
Right.
moment
For the Sunday
for the
program.
Sunday program.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the Sunday program, Nature's Way, that's the
Mm-hmm.
platform that we are currently on.
Right.
I don't know if persons are on, well, if you are on the Blessed Hope platform, you can also, we are also streaming from the Blessed Hope
Right.
platform. So you can, if you are there, if you are out there, just let us know so that we can acknowledge you.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for our diet, we need to ensure that we practice the diet that God has given to us. And it's in Genesis 1:29 that we are to eat our grains and nuts and so on,
And
and
fruits.
fruits.
Fruits, nuts,
Right.
grains. Yes.
Right. And eating a healthy diet, of course, is going to include the fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and or nuts. All right. And the fruits, it is better if we eat the fresh fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So welcome, Adibola. Welcome. Nice to have you on. How is? Oh, Anthony is actually fair enough. Well, he's recuperating. We saw him yesterday, and he is much better, doing much better now.
Mm-hmm.
And we will let him know, Adibola, that you are checking in on him. Yes, and he's doing much better. Thanks be to God. You know, God is our healer, and we should trust Him at all times. Good evening, Carol Jackson. Nice to have you on. Good evening. And what you can do, Carol and Adibola, you can go on the Nature's Way platform as well, and you can subscribe to that as well, because sometimes we don't use both, and we'll try to remember to. I should have um, gone on both initially when we just
Mm-hmm.
started. I just realized that persons weren't coming on because they were not aware that we are back on Nature's Way. So good evening and nice to have you. Hope you have been having a wonderful Sunday so far, and we hope that the information that we are sharing with you this evening will be vital to you, and you can share it with others. So we are looking at the liver, and we are looking at the key. We looked at the key functions of the liver, and we looked at how we are looking now at how we can keep our liver healthy.
Right. So
Right.
so when you go on YouTube, how to
Mm-hmm.
find your way to the Nature's Way?
Yes,
When you
yes.
go on YouTube, just go on YouTube and then you type at the symbol for at
Mm-hmm.
Nature's Way, one word, NUTURESWAY
Mm-hmm.
9989. So
Right.
at Nature's Way 9989, that is how you get to Nature's Way.
Yes.
At Nature's Way 9989,
Okay.
because the Sunday programs will once again be operated through Nature's Way.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, because it is the Nature's Way platform. So we'll be using the Nature's Way
Mhm.
platform. All right. You're welcome, Carol. And okay, stay tuned. All right. So as I said, we are looking at how we can keep our liver healthy. And one of the major things is our diet. And we also need to practice the 8 laws of health in everything. So fruits, when we have fruits, it is the fresh fruits that we are to have. A lot of persons will tell you that they drink the fruit instead of eating the fruit, but in some cases it is better that you eat the fruit,
Mhm.
and there are some parts of the fruit that you eat that you won't get to drink. All right. So
Mhm.
take oranges, for example, good source of vitamin C, but the pulp in the orange some person, you just squeeze the orange and then you throw that all that goodness away. So when you eat the orange, you eat it down to that white part.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you eat the that part in the middle.
Yeah.
And I was at work one day and I had some oranges. So I ate one. I was eating one, and one of my coworkers said to me, um, "You forget that you're at work."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, no, wherever I am, this is how I eat the orange. Because I'm not just going to get the juice alone and don't eat the other parts of the orange that is good for you. I mean, this is a good source of vitamin C. So, and you need the vitamin C. Nowadays, we need the vitamin C because
Mm-hmm.
there are so many respiratory illnesses that are going around, diseases that are going around, and we need to get in our vitamin
To
C.
boost the vitamin C.
Boost it, yes, your vitamin C. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
getting those shots, just use your fruits and your food to
Mm-hmm.
boost your vitamin C
Yeah.
levels. All right?
And David mentioned earlier the 8 laws of health.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't know them, I'm just going to
Oh,
say them very quickly. Won't give an
yes,
explanation for it, but I'm just
yes.
going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Is proper nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
uh, good exercise, drinking plenty of water, getting adequate sunlight, um, temperance,
Mm-hmm.
fresh air, um,
Rest.
and get adequate amount of
Rest.
rest.
Mm-hmm.
And to top it off, the one that is most important, to trust God. And so it is the acronym New Start, NEWSTART, New Start.
Yeah.
It says nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and godly trust.
Yes. And I particularly like this acronym Nebert because there are a lot of persons that you talk to, and when you talk to them about health, now they now begin to see and to accept,
Mhm.
right? And now they are now beginning to make a change in their lives, in their lifestyle, in their eating, what they eat, their eating habits,
Mhm.
their eating time, how often they eat, and the type of food that they eat. So the new start there kind of resonates with that. So this is one of the reasons I like the this acronym, New Start. And make no mistake, listeners, viewers, trust in God um, comes it, it on the in the list at the bottom.
Mhm.
But
So,
without
so,
that trust in God,
mhm.
nothing else will work. All right.
Right.
So we have to trust in God,
Right.
and that is key. That
Mhm.
is key. All right.
So for any illnesses that you have and you want to, recuperate quickly, then we go through the 8 laws. You once you go to the 8 laws of health, you will be able to come out good on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So we are looking at what we eat and our lifestyle, our
Mhm.
diet and lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, as I said, fruits very important, and I advise that you can have a fruit drink now and then, but I advise that you eat the fruit, the fresh fruit.
Mhm.
All right, vegetables now. You need your leafy greens, and you need your broccoli and Brussels sprouts and so on, and
Cruciferous
your
vegetables.
cruciferous vegetables as
Mhm.
well, right? And make sure you get them fresh, and
Mhm.
you consume these on a daily basis. So for
Mhm.
every meal, you should have some kind of vegetable
Right.
or whole grain. All
Right.
right.
And all these have vegetables at every meal,
Mm-hmm.
and make it as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
because vegetables are not only good in terms of the nutrients that they give, but they have fiber, and we need
Yes.
fiber in
Yes.
our meals. At every sitting
Yes.
that we go to eat food, we need to ensure that there is fiber.
Fiber.
That fiber is a part of our diet.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And because this is very important,
Yes.
very important, because it helps you to go. And if you are not going, it means that those toxins are staying in your
Mhm.
bodies. Um, Toran Hilton,
Mhm.
welcome, greetings to you. Hope you have been having a wonderful day so far, and thank you for joining the Nature's Way. So, one of the other things that we need is healthy fats,
Mm-hmm.
and these we can get from our seeds, olive oil, and we need and from nuts, and we need omega 3.
Right.
Omega 3 is
Mm-hmm.
very important. It helps to in the healing process,
Yes.
and it helps to keep your immune system at
Up.
optimal
Right.
shape, in
Mm-hmm.
optimal shape.
Yeah.
All right, it strengthens your immune system to
Mm-hmm.
fight off diseases as
Mm-hmm.
well. And
Yes.
you can get omega 3 from things like flaxseed, chia seed,
Mm-hmm.
purslane or
Mm-hmm.
parsley, some
Mm-hmm.
persons call it here, and fenugreek as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use the leaves, you can make tea,
That's a
you can
fenugreek, yes.
put the leaves
Mm-hmm.
in your salad as well.
Yes.
You can use the fenugreek seeds. You
Mm-hmm.
can most persons who are diabetic, what they do, they soak the fenugreek seeds
Mm-hmm.
overnight, and then it softens. So in the morning you drink that water from that you used to soak it, just drink it, and then you just chew on the seeds,
Mm-hmm.
and you get your omega 3, and it helps to fight off the diseases as well.
Right. And there's a disease. There is a sometimes you get pins and needles. So there is
Yes.
a particular thing that you get in your feet
Mhm.
and in your hands sometimes. So
Mhm.
if you are lacking, this is a reminder to tell you that you are lacking in omega 3 sometimes, because when you move from an animal based diet to a plant based diet, there are things that you need in your system. For example, omega 3, because you used to get that from like this canned fish, sardines,
Yes,
and
or
tuna
salmon and
and
all
salmon
of
and so
that.
on. So you need a natural way of getting it.
Mhm.
So you can get that from flaxseed, as David said, flaxseed, omega 3, fenugreek, and purslane.
Mhm.
Purslane in Jamaica we call it pusley.
Parsley.
A very very important food. Uh,
Yeah. Um, Listeners, one of the reasons we stress that we are not to, because some persons will tell you, oh, but I need protein and I have to get lean protein. But you don't have to get protein from
Animals.
animals,
Hmm.
because when you get this protein, you're not just getting the protein, you're not getting pure
Hmm.
protein, you're getting the diseases
The,
as well
right,
that come with
all
it.
diseases are
So this,
designed in animal.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's watered down protein
yeah.
that you're
You get
getting,
tuberculosis, you
and
get
it's not
cancer, you
even
get all the
second, and
things.
it's about
Yeah,
fourth.
right. So when you get that from animal, there are some animals that are diseased.
Hmm.
They are diseased animals, and sometimes the checking process, where they check them to see whether or not it is
Good.
good to eat. That
Good.
that break down sometimes.
Hmm.
And so it is best to avoid it totally. But once you avoid it, you're going to make sure that you get the nutrients. If you follow what God says in Genesis 1, verse 29, and Genesis 3:18, then you will be okay. But because Genesis 1:29, fruits, nuts, and the grains.
Hmm.
And once you eat those, then you will always get the omega 3 that you need,
Yeah.
and you'll always get the
The
type of nutrients
protein
that you
that you
need.
need to.
Right. So
Hmm.
you get a balanced diet
Yeah.
from Genesis 1:29.
Remember that our liver, stores the from the foods that we
Mm-hmm.
eat, and if it's the food is bad,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to affect the liver.
Yes.
So once your food is good,
Right.
and you remember, your liver stores these
Mm-hmm.
vitamins and minerals to help your body to fight and
Right.
to recuperate, or
Right.
to recover, and to
Yes.
repair, right? So you will get what your body need.
Mm-hmm.
You will get the adequate amount that your body needs
Mm-hmm.
from these foods that you
Yes.
eat.
So there is an attachment to the pancreas, to the liver. No, we're going to discuss the pancreas. But we must ensure that all of the attachments to the liver are also in good working condition,
Yes.
because even though the liver is such an excellent organ
Hmm.
in filtering the system, There are some organs attached, like the pancreas, that is so very important in given the type of a digestive juices that you need. So when you eat the food, then there are organs in the body that produce bile. There
Right.
are organs that produce glucogen, and so on. And so you need to have that your pancreas produce many of those things. So when we reach the section on pancreas, I will tell you some of the things that some of the role of the pancreas. The pancreas plays a crucial role in digestion and blood sugar regulation by producing digestive enzymes and hormones like insulin and glucagon. And that's what the pancreas does. Also, the functions of the pancreas, we can look at that. It has a digestive role, um, and the digestive role usually we call it the endocrine function, right? The exocrine function. Exocrine function. The pancreas produces digestive enzymes, including amylase, which is used to digest carbohydrates, and lipase, that is used to digest fats, and for proteases for protein, right? These enzymes are secreted into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, through the pancreatic duct. This process helps in breaking down food so that nutrients can be absorbed by the body.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
that is number one of the pancreas.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing with the pancreas is this number two role is that it plays a hormonal role, or also this is now the endocrine function. So we just look at the exocrine function. Now we're looking at the endocrine function. Pancreas contains clusters of cells known as the islets of Langerhans, which produce hormones that regulate blood sugar levels. The main hormone include insulin, and insulin lowers blood sugar levels by facilitating the uptake of glucose into cells, especially after meals. And glucagon raises blood sugar levels by signaling the liver to release stored glucose when the blood sugar is low. All right. Hormonal regulation is vital for maintaining balanced blood sugar levels, which is essential for the proper functioning of various organs, including heart, liver, and the kidneys. One of these days, we're going to do the work. We're going to show you the work of the pancreas as it relates to maintaining your blood sugar. Whether it is, we're going to be speaking of um, diabetes one, stage one, or diabetes stage two, and the function of the pancreas on those, because it is so very important.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And very important, Nebert. And listeners, if our bodies not getting the foods that will help us to produce bile, then we are in great trouble.
Definitely
We're
so.
in big trouble.
Yes.
And they are natural foods. They are natural foods.
Right.
So we can also get in our bitter greens, or bitter greens,
Yes.
such as dandelion, um, arugula, and beets.
A regular, yes,
Arugula,
beets.
yes, and chori, chicory. Sorry,
Yes.
chicory is
Right.
another one. So we also need to consume prebiotic foods such as garlic and artichokes
Onions.
and onions and asparagus and all of these leafy greens. All right. Healthy fats, and some of the fats that we told you about earlier, omega 3s. And you can get this from flaxseed and olive oil and avocado. And as Nebert said earlier, fiber. We can get fiber rich foods like our fruits and our vegetables and the whole grains. Now,
Natural foods, yes.
these are natural foods.
Foods that are not processed.
Yes. And while you consume these foods,
Mhm.
you still have to be hydrated. So The 8 laws of health, again, we have to look at. And once we practice these, listeners and viewers, we're on the right track. Not that we're not saying you will not get sick, but you will give your bodies that fighting chance.
Exactly so.
Your organs that will fight
very important
will be at the optimal, so you won't be down for long.
Yeah, because our bodies are made to heal itself.
Yes.
And sometimes the only thing you need to do is to give it a little bit of nudge it along so that it can help, because sometimes your body, the organs that are being regenerating your health in your body need help. Sometimes it's tired, because sometimes the work that you have to do, think of how much filtering your liver has
to be doing
per day on a day,
Yeah.
over 5,000 times it filters.
Yeah.
And many times when you eat a certain type of food, then it has to make sure that it gets rid of that, and it works very hard. Even when you are sleeping, the organs are still working. They slow down, but they never stop.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes we are so unkind to our bodies
Yeah.
and our organs. And let us start to be kind to our bodies
Oh,
and
yeah.
to our organs.
Yes.
And we are looking at the liver. Be kind to your liver.
Yes.
Feed it the foods that will help it to provide,
Definitely.
to produce the bile and
Yes.
other things that our body needs
Yes.
in order. We also can remember to I was talking about the orange earlier, the
Right.
citrus and acids are good as well. Lemons, limes, and so on. And as I said, the healthy fats and the fiber-rich foods, these are the foods that we need. Even some herbs and extracts too we can use to help our bodies to produce bile. Naturally, like milk thistle and artichoke, the extract from artichoke.
And for some persons who might know it as a different name, the milk thistle is the same one that we call blessed thistle.
Right.
Because in Jamaica, we don't call it milk thistle, we call it blessed thistle. And it grows prolifically everywhere, almost everywhere in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You can find it.
And we can't stress enough, stay away from the processed foods and the sugary foods and the alcohol and the smoking and all of these. We need to make that adjustment in our lives.
Eat natural foods. Eat natural
foods.
Go to the market more. Buy things that are grown. And you will say that there are things that are like GMO stuff, but there are also organic stuff that you can find in Jamaica. We find that a lot because not everybody use use the things that cause the food to get big, or they spray the thing. They spray it. Some persons don't do anything like that. They just plant, and then when it is fit, they go and sell it. Purely organic. They don't even have anybody who live nearby that sprays anything. All right, and if they spray, it's a natural spray. Mix up some herbs together and spray, or you might use soap and water to spray it. So there are still people like those out there that you can get things to buy from in Jamaica, so that you can live healthy there, and also other places that work for persons who are listening abroad and so on. They can get those things to buy. But make sure that you eat organic foods as much as possible.
Don't limit God.
No.
He says, "Seek and you will find."
Yes.
And if he knows you want to find those persons, trust me, that meetup, that introduction will come. So you will find that farmer or that person in the market who sells for that farmer to get those things from. And God works in mysterious ways, and we need to make sure we hydrate our bodies, drink plenty of water, and regular exercise. And as we said earlier, it doesn't have to be vigorous exercise. You just do something for your muscles to be moving, and you will be on your
consistently
way.
Do it, even
consistently.
Once you consistently do it, then everything will be fine.
Yes, and because this also helps you to maintain a healthy weight. All right, so you want to do that. The liver, Nebert, when we don't treat our liver properly,
Mm-hmm.
we find that we get diseases
Mm-hmm.
of the liver,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some conditions of the liver that we then will have to contend with.
Yeah.
All right, and if you want to know if your liver is not working well, there are some things that you can look out for. Some
Yes.
things may be happening to you
Mm-hmm.
that you may want to pay attention to. It doesn't always cause the symptoms that can be seen or felt,
Mm-hmm.
but if there are symptoms of the liver, of liver disease, there are some things that you can look out for,
Mm-hmm.
which include yellowing of the skin and the
Mm-hmm.
white of the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and this is called jaundice. And we're
Right.
going to be looking at that in detail
Yes.
in a short while.
Right.
Yellowing of the skin,
Mm-hmm.
this might be harder to see in darker complexion persons. You may also experience belly pain and swelling,
Mm-hmm.
swelling in the legs and in the ankles. You may also experience itchy skin.
Mm-hmm.
Your urine may be dark, and you may have pale stool, constant tiredness, nausea or vomiting, loss of appetite, and you may also bruise easily. So these are some of the things that you can look out for, which will tell you it is not just confined to liver disease, but these are some of the signs that you can look out for that may tell you that, listen, my liver is not working very
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you'll get the opportunity to work on it, to fix it
Right.
with the natural herbs,
Right.
the herbs that God has given to us.
Right.
Because, all right, I'm encouraging you to use the herbs. You know why? More than one reasons, but one of the main reasons is, say for example, you are experiencing any of these, more than one of these, because sometimes it's maybe three or four of them that you
Mm-hmm.
may be experiencing, and you say, all right, you do a self-diagnosis, and you may say, all right, my liver might not be working well. And if you go the natural way, no harm will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are misdiagnosed and you start getting drugs, certain drugs to treat certain things, then you may find that later on your body is now, your liver is not detoxifying, your liver is not producing bile. You understand? And all of these. And then later on, you are going to compound the problem. So this is why you may do a cleanse first, maybe do some green juice, your leafy greens. Now, these are the times when I'll encourage you to drink that, or you can also use a charcoal to flush your system out, and then you start using like the milk thistle or the blessed thistle, because these things contain things that can help your body to heal and your
Nutrients,
liver
yes.
to heal.
Well,
All
that's
right. For
nutrients.
example, the milk thistle.
Mm-hmm.
The milk thistle contains something called silimarin, and this is known to protect and help regenerate liver cells. All right. So this is why you would use the milk thistle or the blessed thistle. For the turmeric now, we
Mm-hmm.
know, which is popular, that the curcumin
Mm-hmm.
is very good, and it
Yes.
provides strong anti-inflammatory and if antioxidant effects, and this supports the liver function, and it also helps bile to flow. All right. The dandelion root, you can also use it because it acts as a diuretic,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps the body to eliminate the toxins. All right. And this is usually used, on a regular basis or on a wide scale for detoxification. Garlic, and you know that the garlic has it has sulfur compounds, and it's active the sorry, sulfur compounds active liver enzymes that help detoxify the body as well. All right, so these are some of the things that you can use to help your ginger, and you can also use the artichoke leaf, and they have the extract for that. You can also use that. All right, so these are some of the herbs that you can use to help your body to recover. Once you are experiencing any of these symptoms, you can just go the natural way. And
Yeah.
now, there are some diseases that may affect the liver when it is not functioning
Right.
properly, because we don't do the things that we
Right.
are supposed to do, and we don't eat the things that we're supposed to
Right.
eat.
And when you are mistreating your liver,
Treating our liver,
that's one of the
right?
things that happen.
Right. So one of the things that happen is cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis. So the cirrhosis of the liver. Now the symptoms of cirrhosis of the liver, you may have upset stomach, fever, constipation, or some may have diarrhea or both, weakness, weight loss, poor appetite, vomiting. You may have an enlarged liver, and you may have your palms may look red. So fluid also, right, also you may have, I said, poor appetite and vomiting.
Oh,
These are
you're looking at the
also,
symptoms.
yes,
Yes.
these are all the symptoms, some of the symptoms as well.
Mhm.
Now, fluid collects in the abdomen. Possible mild jaundice is also one of so the fluid may also go to your abdomen. This is one of the symptoms too of cirrhosis of the liver. Possible mild jaundice, large veins often seen over the abdomen, especially about the navel and near the diaphragm. Enlarged, and remember earlier I told you where the liver is located. Remember I told you where the liver is located. Just let me remind you.
It's above the stomach,
Right.
and it's slightly to the back. It was above the stomach.
Right. So it is.
And
It sits under the diaphragm.
Mhm.
Right. So that is why um, you may have large veins often seen over the abdomen, especially above the navel and near the diaphragm,
Yeah.
because that's where the liver sits. Now, enlarged veins in the rectum, intestines, stomach, and esophagus. So, in later stages, there may be anemia. There also may be edema and easy bruising due to bleeding beneath the skin. All right, so these are some of the symptoms that you may experience when you are experiencing cirrhosis of the liver. Now, the cirrhosis is a hardening of the liver because of too much connective tissue and a degeneration of the active liver cells. It can be caused by certain poisons, chiefly alcohol. That thing that so many young and both young and old is consuming, like on every event, every function, every event, these are, you see persons with a cup in their hand and they are consuming alcohol. Certain infectious diseases can cause special types of liver cirrhosis,
Yeah.
like viral hepatitis. This is outstanding. This is especially true of syphilis as well, which produce nodes in the liver. Malnutrition is also one of them, caused by lack of food or eating junk food. So you're not eating the proper food,
Yeah.
and this can also lead to cirrhosis of the
Yes.
liver.
I think the one about what you said a while ago about consuming alcohol, we should probably say how important this one is, because as you said, um, almost everybody, you see with a cup, and we go to funerals all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and even persons might be coming on the church property with
Mm-hmm.
the alcohol in the hand and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see it quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A number of persons believe it is nothing. It is a normal thing to do,
Right.
to have the liquor. Some persons drink it as they wake up in the morning, the
Mm-hmm.
alcohol. Um, but did you know that in addition to this, alcohol also causes cancer of the mouth
Yes.
and the stomach and the esophagus as well. So there are persons who say that, man, I consume alcohol, but the alcohol it cleanses the system from any worm and all kind of things like those. But when we do the research and
Mm-hmm.
when we look at the experiences of persons, we realize that it is not so. The alcohol does damage your body,
Yes.
and the damage is deleterious to organs that will to like the liver
Mm-hmm.
and other organs. Cause remember, the only organ that can regenerate is the liver, but you can't cut it to nothing, right?
Yeah.
It has to have something there in order to call it a liver, right?
Right.
So it must be a liver.
And if
Yeah.
you persons who consume our alcohol on a regular basis or who are alcoholics,
Mhm.
there are some signs that you can tell, if you can use to tell if your liver is damaged from consuming alcohol.
Yes.
And some of them are similar to cirrhosis of the liver, because then that is what it is leading up to. All right, it is leading up to cirrhosis of the liver. So loss of appetite and nausea and vomiting, belly tenderness, and you may also have fever. And the fever caused by alcoholic hepatitis is often it is often a little higher than usual, right? You will experience tiredness and weakness as well. Also, pain in the upper right part of the abdomen where the liver is located.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So these are some of the things that can happen to you when you consume too much alcohol, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if for everything and every day you are consuming alcohol, it means, Nebert, that you're an alcoholic.
Right. And you have, if you haven't done so yet, you have destroyed your liver,
Yeah.
and your liver is the organ of your body that filters your blood.
Yeah.
So it means that your blood is not being filtered or not being properly filtered,
Mhm.
and so you are prone to more disease
Yeah. And
as
not
well.
because you're not feeling some of these symptoms right away, it doesn't mean, it is not being affected. And it doesn't mean, some persons are in denial too. They'll tell you that I'm not a alcoholic, I just drink it occasionally. Or, but occasionally for you is every day. And
Mm,
at every event, at every gathering,
mm,
you are consuming alcohol. There are some persons that you see on a daily basis, and for every day you see them, you can actually smell it on
mm,
them. So you have to start treating your bodies better, start treating your liver better, so that your liver can produce the nutrients and bile, which is very important for digestion. And no wonder you have loss of appetite, because you are not you are not able to digest properly, so you don't want anything to eat, because then your stomach is going to be affected.
mhm,
Later on, further down, you're going to have pain in your abdomen,
mhm,
so you don't want to eat anything to irritate all of that. And then your food, you're not keeping down anything, so nausea and vomiting has become a regular thing for you. So the liver cells harden and scar,
mhm,
causing them to no longer function normally due to the scarred tissue.
mhm.
And this is what alcohol does. This prevents the blood from passing properly through the liver. So, and if your blood is not flowing properly and going to the
It's not
places
filtered.
that
You're
they
not
need,
not being filtered.
it's not being filtered.
So you are
You
diseased.
are diseased.
Yeah.
Yes, and
And we
wow.
realize that there, even if you don't put a lot of junk in your mouth, like fast foods and all that kind of stuff, And if you are at a place where you're taking a deep breath, you breathe in something called free radicals.
Mhm.
And if these things are not taken out of your system, then it will cause damage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So for cirrhosis of the liver, of course, you can make sure that you change your lifestyle and make some adjustment to your diet so that you can, treat with this situation. So eat good food, nourishing food, have a nourishing diet,
Mm-hmm.
and go off all meat, all flesh food, all teas, coffees, and spices.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So internal bleeding frequently occurs. So vitamin K will help with this. So you need to make sure you have in your vitamin K. And the silymarin, um, make sure you have your silymarin that comes from the foods, so you can get this in, and this can help to heal your body. Drink at least quarter cup of aloe vera each morning, and do not eat meat or fish, no flesh. And some other helpful herbs include burdock,
Mm-hmm.
celandine,
Mm-hmm.
barberry, echinacea, golden seal, fennel, red clover, milk thistle or blessed thistle, and also thyme. These are some of the herbs that you can use to help to treat with cirrhosis of the liver. And if your liver is not functioning properly as well, you can also do a liver flush. And I'm just going to um, just to share with you what some of the things that you can do for this liver flush. All right, so the liver, as we said, filters the blood and excretes much of that waste through the bile, which it sends into the gallbladder. Now, when some oil or fats is in a meal, its presence signal the gallbladder to contract and then squeeze out some bile, which helps prepare those oils and fats to be properly absorbed by the body.
Mm-hmm.
So when you eat, this is now the process that it's going through. A liver flush occurs when much of the bile is flushed out of the gallbladder. However, there is the possibility that gallstones may be in the bladder. So phase one of the liver flush, that I'm going to share with you, this is to melt down those stones. And then in the concluding phase, the bile and the stones are jolted out of the gallbladder into the small intestine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I'm going to just share with you what to do. All right. So how do you do and this is a natural remedy. So how do you do the liver flush? All right. So there are several ways that this can be done. One, this method is used for the purpose of flushing out the gallstones, and that
Mm-hmm.
is the phase one method. After first softening them. So it is a 3-day pattern for effectively flushing out the gallstones. So go on a liver flush by drinking a lot of apple juice alone. And I'm not talking about that apple juice that you go into the supermarket and buy. It's the natural apple juice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put any sweetener in it. And you're going to drink this apple juice for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever part of the world you are and apples grow there, use that apple. All
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Use that apple. So you are going to go on apple juice, drinking apple juice alone for 3 days. All right. Now you have to prepare your mind for this flush. And once you want to get better, you you do that. All right. So drink the apple juice alone, as I said, for 3 days. On the third day, then the apple juice, is followed by drinking a cup of olive oil, and a cup of lemon juice.
A cup of olive oil,
Yes.
1 cup.
Yes, and you know those measuring cups, those
Mm.
measuring cups, not cup like what
That's 8 ounce.
no, no,
The
no,
measuring cup is 8 ounce.
no, man. You have some measuring, some cups. They like when
Mm.
you're baking, and so those cups that
Mm.
you use, like for 1 cup.
So it's like the liver, the oil that you're supposed to drink. How big is that one?
It's a cup.
A big cup, 8 ounce cup.
No, not an
Okay,
8
that's
ounce
all
cup. One
right.
of those measuring
Yeah.
cups. So those little measurings that they tell you 1 cup, and
Mm.
so you use that. All right, for the olive oil and a cup of lemon juice.
Mm.
This is the same size for the lemon juice. All right. Now this method is used for cleaning out the liver and gallbladder rather than eliminating stones.
Mm.
All right. So to cleanse the liver and the gallbladder, drink um, drink much of the juice as possible. You can do this is the other method now. You can do this for 5 days. The same apple juice, you can drink it for 5 days, and then you can add pear juice. Um, there is the fruit pear, the pear
Mm.
juice. Occasionally, you can also use beet instead of the pear. All right, because the beet also cleanses the liver. Now, this is still more involved. This is a more involved regime for restoring the functioning capacity of the liver and gallbladder. All right. So slightly different from the one I mentioned
Mm.
before. All right. So what you're going to do, for example, like um, you're going to start maybe like on a Tuesday, on a Monday or so, but you're going to do it right through until um, the end of the week or to the weekend. All right. So if you start on a Tuesday, so Tuesday through Sunday, you are going to drink apple juice as much as you are able, and then
Mm.
you are going to go to your regular meal. All right. So the apple juice here is what is constant. So you can either do the apple juice for 3 days, then you drink the olive oil, then you drink the lemon juice. All right. Or you can do the apple juice for 5 days, then you do the pear juice and the beet juice. All right. Because if you do any of these, what they do, they cleanse the liver, and this is what you want. All right. For the other one, you can just use the apple juice for the 5 days, and then you can break off the juice, and then you can go back to your meals. However, the meals, you are not going to eat the same thing that gets you sick in the first place. All right, so you have to make an adjustment. And having the apple juice for those 5 days will help you mentally to adjust as well. All right, so at noon on the Sunday, what you can do is eat a normal lunch. You can eat some lunch during the lunch period. All right, and then 3 hours later, you can also um, dissolve 2 teaspoons of Epsom salts in an ounce of hot water, and you can drink it. All right. It may not taste good. All right. So you can also follow it with freshly squeezed lemon, grapefruit juice or orange juice. All right. Then 2 hours later, you are going to repeat the drinking of the disodium phosphate and grape juice. All right, the same Epsom salt.
Mm.
Then in the evening now, you are going to take only citrus juice for supper. Remember, one of the remedies that we gave you earlier for a healthy liver is the citrus juice. Citrus, right? So this is why, this is what you are doing now in flushing the doing the liver flush, and you are using this to help in the repair process. Now at bedtime, you either drink a half cup of um, unrefined olive oil, followed by a small glass of grapefruit juice. Or you can also drink a half cup of warm, unrefined, olive oil blended with a half cup of lemon juice. So you can put them together, or you can do either or either. All right. So go immediately to bed and lie down, and you're going to lie down on your right side with your right knee kind of pulled up close to your chest, and you're going to just lie there for about 30 minutes like that. Even if you fall asleep, later on you will straighten out. But for the first 30 minutes, that is important, because remember, your where your liver is located, it's below your, right under your diaphragm there. So it is it is therapeutic that you lay down that way. All right, for the first 30 minutes. The next morning, 1 hour before breakfast, drink 2 teaspoons of disodium phosphate dissolved in 2 ounces of hot water. Eat your meals as usual. And remember, as I said, don't go back to eat the things that cause you to be in this position in the first place. So when you are doing the juicing, the having the apple juice for those 3 days or the 5 days process, this will help you to condition your mind. Now you're changing, you're making the adjustment to your diet. All right. So when you have done this, you don't want to go back to eat the meals that
you were eating before.
Right.
That caused a problem in
That
the first
cause the
place.
problems. Right. So eat your meals. The cleansing regime of the liver and gallbladder is completed. You see how easy that is? All right. So, but what you need to do now is to make sure you keep that, keep your gallbladder and your liver clean. So it means that you are going to eat the foods that will help them to stay that way. So in the case where there is a slight or moderate nausea when taking the olive oil and the citrus juice, this should be done by the time you go to sleep. So right after you just go to sleep, and then you may, not experience the nausea. But if the oil induces vomiting, which only happens, it rarely happens, you need to repeat the procedure at this time. All right. Then you're going to drink a cup of strong peppermint tea to help relieve the nausea. All right. Because it is important, So if you have the olive oil and the citrus juice together, or one after the other, and you feel nauseous and to the point where you vomit, it means that you have brought it up. So you need to put it back. You understand? Because it would have interrupted the healing process. So you need to put it back, and then you can, some persons, just the smelling of the peppermint, just inhaling it will help to get rid of the nausea, or just sipping on it. But it has to be a little stronger than usual. So you may find small gallstones in the stool the following day. You see how easy that is to come out? They are not very big. And if you find that you haven't passed any, you'd need to repeat the process. All right. They are light green to dark green. So when you are doing this process, you need to look to see if you have gone over the hurdle. All right. They are light green to dark green, very irregular in shape, the size of maybe grape seeds to cherry seeds. And cherry seeds are a little bigger than grape seeds. And maybe you don't want to feel it, but it feel like gelatin. If there's a large number of them, you need to repeat the flush in 2 weeks time again. You understand? Right, as I was saying. So this is what we do to help to clean the bladder, the gallbladder, and the liver, and get rid of those stones that have built up. And these stones are toxins, right, that are built up over time in our bodies. All right. So, encouragement, the words of encouragement for you. We see in the Word of God warnings and promises. With God behind them all, we are invited to search this word for aid when brought into difficult places. If we place God and the Bible first, we will have divine help in meeting all our problems. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 7 says this. And remember when Nebert was doing the 8 laws of health and he mentioned trust in God. This is very important.
Godly trust.
Godly trust, yes, trust. It's very important. We have to trust God in order for everything else to fall in place. Without that, it will be difficult. I'm not going to say it won't happen because God is merciful and He heals us. Sometimes we don't want the healing or we don't seek it out, but He heals us because He loves us and He is merciful. So then this takes us now to the gallbladder inflammation. All right. And since we just have looked at, and the gallbladder and the liver works together, right? So if we don't treat our livers properly, we are going to have other complications. All right. So we are going to get the build up now to the gallbladder inflammation, and then we know we have to look at the gallstones because this would cause the inflammation as well, will contribute to it. Now, the symptoms of the gallbladder inflammation may include severe pain in the upper right abdomen, and you remember where the liver is located, right? So severe pain in the upper right abdomen accompanied by fever, nausea, and vomiting. The abdomen may be rigid and is usually tender to pressure at or below the lower edge of the ribs on the right side. So the gallbladder becomes inflamed when there's a gallbladder inflammation. When this happens, it must be cared for immediately. If not, you could die. An acute infection of the gallbladder may be only catarrhal in nature and recovery will come in a few days. All right. But in more severe cases, the gallbladder fills up with pus. Be very careful. Immediately treat this condition. In case of pus in the gallbladder, there may be and there may not be chills or fever. Therefore, you need to be alert if there are chills and fever occurring. All right. So if that is there, you need to be alert so that you can properly state what is happening to you. The presence of gallstones tends to irritate the lining of the gallbladder. Bacteria in the bile are then able to invade the wall and cause inflammation. Inflammation of the bile ducts produces similar symptoms to inflammation of the gallbladder, and then plus jaundice, but the treatment is the same. All right. So of course, what you need to do when this happens, you need to stop eating. Don't eat any foods. Yes, go on a fast. Yeah, go on a fast. All right. take nothing in your bodies but water for at least 2 to 3 days
Right.
until the acute condition is past.
Mm-hmm.
Drink only distilled water,
Mm-hmm.
clean, pure water. Then go on juices for several more days, like, for example, remember when we were doing the liver flush, and you go on the pear, beet, and apple juice. These are very helpful. These will help you. All right. Then gradually add solid food such as maybe some shredded raw beets, and beets help to repair your liver as well. And what shredded raw beets with 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and you can squeeze some fresh lemon juice on that. So there you're making a salad. So you're going to blend them and don't cook them. All right. And you can add some applesauce on it as well. Now, pears should be eaten generously. They are very healing to the gallbladder. The olive oil is necessary in the diet to stimulate production and elimination of gall and the fat digesting enzyme, um, lipase or lipase, depending on your pronunciation. Using only high quality vegetable oil, um, and the jury is out on this. So I would suggest that you stick to the flaxseed oil or the olive oil. All right, because I am still trying to figure out how do you make vegetable oil. I'm still trying to figure that one out. So I prefer to use the other oils that I have an idea how these are made. All right. I don't know how vegetable oil is made. So the olive oil is very important because the oil is necessary for the diet. And then you can get your oil from flaxseed as well, and you can use those oils, especially in the healing process. All right. Avoid all meat, grease, processed fats, and oils, including margarine and butter. Avoid all of these. So, the first thing that you're going to do to begin the healing process is go on a fast. So, you're not going to eat any food for at least 2 to 3 days, and then you are going to have your juices, and then you're going to take in some oil, and then you are going to add your herbs in order to continue with the healing process. All right. When you have done this for the week, you can go back to eating small meals and not those things that cause you to um, get sick in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So these are some of the things that you can do in order for you to treat with the liver, getting the liver better, and the gall, no, the gallstone, gallbladder inflammation. All right, and this is coming down. Remember that if the liver is affected, there are other areas that are affected that also are affected. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
So the liver is a part of the endocrine system.
Yes, it is. And remember, we are talking about a whole system,
Mm-hmm.
a
And the
whole
and digestive
system,
system as well.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are, if one organ in the system is not working, it is going to affect the other. It's like a domino effect. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have looked at the gallbladder inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to be looking at gallstones.
Yeah, for the gallbladder inflammation, the only thing I would add is seed and the leaf.
Yes.
Because if there are stones there,
Same thing as stone crusher.
right, the same thing as
Right.
stone crusher,
Mm-hmm.
then you could use that as well because, and it is extremely effective
Yeah.
for that purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Luke 7 and verse 50 says, "No man or woman can be good or great who has not learned to yield his will to God and to obey with a clarity. Those who learn to obey are the only ones who will be fitted to command." Okay? So we're going to look at the at gallstones now. All right. So if you have gallstones, there are some symptoms that you will notice, some things you will notice that are happening to you if you have gallstones. All right, and some of these include bloating, gas, discomfort, or indigestion after a heavy meal of rich fatty food. There may be constant pain below the breastbone that shoots into the right or left shoulder area and radiates into the back. The pain can last for 30 minutes to several hours. Oh
Hmm.
boy, yeah, 30 hours. Whoa,
To the hours.
whoa, into
Yeah.
several hours. Sorry, 30
Oh.
minutes into several hours.
Mm.
No, that, that, and this is excruciating pain. It's
Yeah.
not just a simple pain.
Mm.
All right, so a gallstone attack caused by bile duct blockage, nausea, vomiting, and pain in the upper right abdominal area. All right. When a gallstone passes it is a gallbladder attack. The pain can be very severe and last a few seconds or minutes and recur frequently for hours or days. Chills and fever may accompany the attack. The symptoms often occur after the person has eaten fried or fatty foods. So you see the effects right there. So inflammation of the gallbladder. This now, um, you will experience severe pain in the upper right abdomen and possibly across the chest. Then you may also experience fever, nausea, and vomiting. All right. Now, the formation of gallstones may lead to gallbladder infection. Gallstones may form in the gallbladder or in the bile ducts of the liver. They may form in the gallbladder as a result of infection or inflammation of the gallbladder wall. They occur more often in women than in men.
Mhm.
They occur more often in women who have given birth to children, especially several of them. Now, they are more frequent in obese women and occur more often after the age of 40. And as we always remind you that these studies are usually done, mostly done in the United States. So this statistic is coming out of the United States. About 10% to 20% of the population have gallstones.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Hmm.
Persons with diabetes, migraines, cancer of the gallbladder, cirrhosis,
Hmm.
and pancreatitis
Hmm.
are more likely to have gallstones. Now, gallstones are formed from bile, right? A brown digestive fluid, that's the bile produced by the liver. These are 80% of cholesterol, which is a blood protein, and 20% bile, but they do not look like regular stones. Now, kidney stones are sharp and crystalline, but gallstones are smooth, soft, right, and gelatinous.
Jelly like.
Yes,
Hmm.
jelly like. They feel like dense fat.
Mm.
Often persons with them have no symptoms. An attack usually occurs in the evening,
Mm.
and it's usually after a meal, and then it
Mhm.
depends on the type of meal. If the meal is greasy or fatty,
Mhm.
you will experience that. So when they block the exits of the liver or gallbladder, they produce nausea, vomiting, and pain. Try to avoid having an operation on your gallbladder. All right. The operation consists of removing it entirely,
Mhm.
but you really need it.
Mhm.
You need your gallbladder. However, in a crisis, you may need to go through with the operation. Please, listeners, this is why we are here on Nature's Way, to encourage you that it does not get to that. All right. So, recent studies at the University of Pittsburgh found that removing the gallbladder doubled the risk of colon cancer.
Mhm.
So, you see, if God has made us and our organs are important and they work together. So, when you lose one, you're more at risk of getting these diseases because they work in tandem, and if something is missing, then it's going to be replaced with illness. All right. So, some of the natural remedies that you can use for gallstones, of course, to relieve pain, you can give a 15-minute hot fermentation
Mhm.
over the gallbladder area, followed by an ice rub. All right, so hydrotherapy is good. Repeat the process about 3 times. Now, this will reduce the swelling, inflammation, and also the pain.
Mhm.
For you can also make sure you have these nutrients in your body. Make sure so you see your diet is very important. Vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin E, and you need to ensure that your meals are packed with these vitamins because you are healing now and you want to be better. Now, herbs that you can use, make sure you include these. Turmeric, you can use it in tea form or in your food, and it prevents and treats gallstones. It contains the curcumin. This it, and this has um, been proven from studies
Mhm.
and experiments that they have done. All
Mhm.
right, so it increases the solubility of bile.
Mhm.
Milk thistle or blessed thistle, as we said earlier, it contains silymarin, which protects the liver but also increases bile solubility. Now, to treat a gallstone attack, you can mix together as many mints as you can find, like peppermint, spearmint, catnip, and you can mix these with cardamom, and you can make a tea and with all of these and drink it. All right. Chamomile or dandelion tea helps to dissolve gallstones as well. And remember, we shared with you the dandelion,
Right, and also the
the
stone
stone
crusher.
crusher, right?
So we should use the stone crusher as much as possible because this is not a herb that is hard to find. It
Mhm,
usually is in your backyard,
mhm,
and it gets rid of gallstone.
mhm,
I've had a situation where persons had gallstone and the only thing they had to drink was the seed and the
mhm,
leaf.
mhm,
Also, if you use corn silk as well is good to help to relieve gallstones. And drink a lot of water. Make sure that you flush your system a lot.
mhm.
One of the reasons for the stones is that your body is not being flushed properly,
Yeah.
and so you have to ensure that you drink a lot of water to get rid of the stones
Mm-hmm.
in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Preventing gallstone. Here are some a few things you can do. Eating omega 3 fatty acid is very good. Flaxseed oil is rich in this. Make gallstones soluble. Olive oil is also good. And remember, we said earlier that you can use purslane as well. In Jamaica, we call it parsley.
Mostly.
It is very rich in omega 3. Um, and so if you soak this in the olive oil, bring it to a boil, bring the olive oil to a boil, and then you put it in it and you cover it and leave it to store for about 2 weeks or so. Then you have it is the parsley oil that can be used as well, and it is very potent. All right, taking 2 tablespoons of lecithin each day immediately results in increased um, phospholipid um,
Concentration in the
concentration
bile.
in the bile.
Right,
All
right.
right, so this directly lowers and disperses the stone. All right, um, drinking water also, as I said before, drinking water prevents gallstones from forming in your system as well. It has been discovered that those with gallstones who do not drink enough water have this problem. And so your system must be flushed all the time. Drinking a pint of water causes the gallbladder to empty about 10 to 20 minutes later. And this is not when you switch it around in your mouth and then you swallow. You just drink it up
Drink it.
straight.
Yes.
And,
Because
and
it's a
so
flush. You're flushing
right,
it.
you are doing a flush. This is you are not doing a, 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 a thing
Like a
where we're
lubricating.
lubricating your
Yes.
body, right?
You're
It's
doing
just
a
a flush you're
flush.
doing, right? And so you must drink the water as much as possible and drink as much water as you possibly can. And what you want is the lube, is the urination. A lack of exercise increases the likelihood of gallstone formation. Cholesterol is excreted more rapidly by the liver and bladder with more exercise. And the truth is that everything works better when you exercise regularly.
Mhm.
So your entire body works well once you do regular exercise.
We can't get away from the 8 laws of
We
health.
can't get away from the 8 laws of health. It is an interesting fact that people who never eat meat or dairy products or eggs rarely have gallstone attacks. Let me repeat this.
Mhm.
It is an interesting fact that people who never eat meat, dairy products, or eggs rarely have gallstones attacks. Animal fats tend to form gallstone. All right, so if you don't eat flesh or dairy products or eggs, it is hardly likely that you are going to have gallstones. All right, do not overeat also. Um, this is very important. Do not eat processed, fried, sugary, spicy, or junk foods. All right, eating too much sugar inflames the gallbladder ducts. And do not use alcohol, caffeine, or tobacco. Animal protein in the diet increases stone formation. Vegetable proteins tend to reduce the size of the stone. Eating eggs greatly increases the likelihood of stone formation. A diet low in vitamin C also does. And so make sure that you get your vitamin C. You were talking about the orange earlier.
Yes.
And make sure you get your full dose of vitamin C. Eating lots of refined carbohydrates increases stone formation. So not including enough fiber in the diet also does. So eat as little amount of processed foods as you possibly can. Eat foods that are rich in fiber, and you will find that you do not have the gallstone. Um, you find that you may not even have gallstone. Keep your weight down. Overweight women over 40 and who have had several children have the most gallstones.
Interesting.
This is this is what the medical world is saying. Let me repeat this. It says overweight women over 40 and who have several children have the most gallstones. Oral contraceptives and other drugs containing estrogen increase cholesterol saturation of the bile. After the stones have passed, eat lots of figs, pears, prunes, oranges, pineapples, grated apples, and melons. Eat lots of vegetables that stimulate the liver, including broccoli, Brussels sprout, cabbage, cauliflower, and so on. All right, the cruciferous vegetables. Eat dandelion greens, beets, and tops, carrot juice, celery, garlic, onions, tomatoes. Eat a lot of these, and it will help to prevent you from having gallstones. All right. Encouragement is this: the strength of Christ was in prayer. He went alone and pleaded with his Father for guidance and help. Through Christ's enabling grace, we are to do the same. And we can receive help as Christ did. James 5, verse 15 and 16 tells us that.
Yes. And so, Nebert, we are going to look at the biliary colic now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see the progression.
Right.
See the progression, right? So it starts from the liver, and Nebert touched a little on the pancreas, and then we looked at the gallbladder, and now we're looking at the biliary colic because these are things that trickle down, and these are other conditions that are, you know, caused from not having a healthy liver. Now, the symptoms for biliary colic will include intense pain that is felt in the right upper quadrant of the abdomen, and this is from infection of a gallstone in the cystic or hepatic ducts of the ampulla of Vater. So, in common language, that means that a gallstone from the gallbladder gets stuck in one of the tubes leading out of the gallbladder, simply put. And this produces intense pain. Now, what caused all of this? Now, biliary colic, this occurs when the gallbladder dries, when the gallbladder tries to expel a stone of or calculus, but the stone got stuck and cannot get out. That pain is excruciating.
Wow. This is why I love the stone crusher.
This
Yeah.
is an acute
Yeah.
disorder which may last for several days with spasmodic contractions of the gallbladder and of the ducts through which the bile flows into the small intestine. The result is sporadic pain, nausea, vomiting, and general discomfort. And that is what is called biliary colic. That is what is called biliary colic. Now, look at the process and think about the pain that this must cause. And it's not a constant pain, it's spasmodic pain, spasmodic or sporadic pain. Because it is not constant, it comes and it goes, and it's a sharp pain. All right. So this when you are experiencing all of this, you know that something is wrong.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So
One of the yeah.
the gallbladder, it tries to expel the stone on its own,
Yes.
right? And it's not able to do so
Hmm.
because it is stuck.
Hmm.
So then, as you were saying earlier, the stone crusher, you can use it in
Hmm.
order to crush the stone,
Yes.
so to speak.
Hmm.
All right, to soften it so that it can get smaller
Yeah.
as well. Break down the
Right.
compound, break it down
Yeah.
so that it can move out.
Right. And you dispel it from your body without even knowing that
Without,
it's coming out.
yes,
Yeah,
because
because it is crushed.
it is crushed.
Another
Yes.
thing that you can use to get rid of the stone is cedar acuta,
Mhm.
which is known as broomweed. You can use broomweed to get rid of it. Everybody knows broomweed. Um, there are principally two kinds, the male and the female. Any one of those will work.
Mhm.
And you drink it with the root as well. So it's the aerial part as well as the root. So you root the thing entirely up, wash it properly, and you boil for at least 10 minutes. And when cool, you drink it, and it will help to get rid of the biliary
Right,
colic.
right.
All right. Now this is important because what this does is that it is like a diuretic. All right, it gets rid of fluid in your body. In getting rid of the fluid, it means that you must ensure that there are fluids there to get rid of, and so you must drink a lot of water. All right, make sure that you drink adequate amount of water. You
Mhm.
can also drink, use nettle also in a similar way to how you would use the bromide. Sweet nettle would be excellent for this. All right, now you would throw the hot water on the nettle and
Steve.
let it steep. And
Mhm.
then when it is finished steeping and cool, then you can drink it. You can do enough for like 3 days, where you can drink it, and it will help to dispel to get rid of the colic, and also to the biliary colic, also to get rid of the stones
Mhm.
as well. Um, the if you mix seed on the leaf with those now, it will get rid of it by crushing it up, crushing it right out, and it will cause you to urinate a lot, so you get rid of it as well. Um, this is important because it is when the stone is not gotten rid of that you have a biliary colic, when it is difficult to get rid of and it lodges somewhere where it cannot come out so easily. And think of the excruciating pain
Pain.
that you will be in when this happens.
Pain.
And so, in order to relieve yourself of the pain, you have to ensure that you do this thing. We want to ensure that when you participate in these herbal remedies, that you go through as less pain as possible, because we know that sometimes the pain will come. All right, but if you go through as less pain as possible, it will help you to feel a little bit more comforted when you are going through these procedures, because you were already feeling pain before this, and then to feel this other pain. Or some people say just go ahead and feel one pain and done, right? Just to get rid of it. But as we are understanding now, when you eat a proper diet, the one that was given in Genesis 1, verse 29, many of these things you will not experience.
Mhm.
So a proper diet does not include any animal products, any type of animal products, or even milk or egg. 'Cause egg come from animal, and milk, the animal milk and so on. So
Mhm.
Genesis 1:29 focuses on fruits, nuts, grains. And when Adam and Eve sinned and they were turned out of the Garden of Eden, vegetables were added to their diet. So it now become fruits, nuts, grains, vegetables. And the vegetables are the plants that are included in the diet, and the plants are for the service of mankind. Sorry. These were put there so that they could help us to get rid of any type of illness that may fall upon us. And so this is why we include these in our diet to get rid of all of these things all the time.
Yes. And for the biliary colic too, Nebert,
Hmm.
you spoke about the pain earlier, but generally a fruit diet can
Yes.
to alleviate, to treat with it.
Hmm.
Water drinking and liquid, um, aseptic,
Hmm.
dietary. So you do fruit juices,
Right.
green juices,
Hmm.
and water. All of this, a lot of fruits. Make sure you go on a fruit diet because this can help to alleviate the problem. Now, for the pain, we can use hydrotherapy
Hmm.
for the pain,
Hmm.
and we know how well hydrotherapy
Oh,
works.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
you can do a revulsive compress,
Hmm.
and you do this every 2 hours. All right, so continuous hot applications
Hmm.
of the area of the liver, and then hot, colonic or hot enema you can use. All
Yeah.
right, and you do this every 2 hours,
Yes.
um, and or you can take a hot full bath.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
So for the fever now,
Hmm.
some the persons will experience fever. So we have the pain, nausea, vomiting, and general discomfort. So if you have the fever, you can do prolonged neutral bath. So you can use a hot blanket pack as well, followed by a wet sheet pack. And remember, we went through these extensively with you. You can, go back and look them up. A cold nipple friction or cold towel rub. And friction, I'm just going to hold my hand up. So this is like friction. All right. So you're
Yeah.
going to rub the area,
Hmm.
um, until it gets warm.
Yeah.
Right. You can use, the cold. You
Hmm.
can use something like a cold towel.
Hmm.
You can use a warm towel.
Hmm.
All right. And just rub the area, and, so to ease the discomfort. Now, afterward, you can, after the acute attack has subsided, you're going to, get your use a treatment, one of those herbs that can help with gastrointestinal, catarrh. So,
Yes.
or peppermint and all of these can help there.
Yeah,
All right.
and also the water grass will help you to get rid of fever and
Yes,
pain
and pain.
as well. You know, and this is the regular water grass.
Hmm.
This is not even the colored water grass that we normally drink. This
Hmm.
is the regular water grass. You know, the ones that are annoying, that you every minute you can't get to kill them out. Well, drink them, use them as
Yes.
food.
Yeah. And
Right.
and sometimes for the general
Hmm.
discomfort, you may find yourself not being able to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So you can use, the
Passion fruit
passion
leaf.
fruit leaf,
Yeah.
and this will serve a dual purpose
Right.
because it will help to alleviate the pain,
Hmm.
and it will also help you to be comforted,
Yes.
calm, and that,
Yes.
that you can fall asleep.
Right.
So you can use these. Now, we hope that the information that we have given you this evening has been helpful. And it is important, listeners, that we take care of our bodies, the vital organs that God has given to us, He has entrusted them to us. He has entrusted our whole bodies to us, right? We need to take care of it, and we need to put the things in it that He says we are to put in it. And it is not our words, it's the words from the Bible. So we give you the texts over and over. So read them and ask God to give you the strength and the understanding and the strength to, make that change, because it is very important. Sometimes when we go to these funerals, and when you even visit persons or even speak to persons, and they tell you that, you know um, The family member for those who have passed will tell you, oh, they had XYZ, and this is why they passed.
Mm.
And persons will you will talk to persons and they tell you that they are suffering from whatever disease. And what is sad is that you want to get better. Persons want to get better, but they are not willing to do what they need to do to get better. And this is very important. It is very important because you need to surrender our will. We all need to surrender our wills and our appetite to God so that He can, you know, help us
Yes.
to eat right,
Mm-hmm.
to follow the 8 laws of health
Mm-hmm.
so that we can be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the reasons nature's way is here to help along. It's the pathway to a healthy, wholesome living.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes in physical, mental, and spiritual.
Yes.
And we cannot um, speak to you on health without even reminding you that God is our creator and He has created us, He has made us, and He knows how He made us. So if He tells us to do something, we need to do it and we
Mm-hmm.
need to be obedient to Him
Mm-hmm.
in everything, in all the aspects of our lives. Whatever we eat, whatever we drink,
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever we do, we should do all to the glory of God.
Yes.
The encouragement I want to leave with you, while the Lord has not promised His people exemption from trials, He has promised that with that He has promised that which is far better.
Mm-hmm.
He has said, as thy days, so shall thy
My
strength
strength
be.
be. Mm-hmm.
If you are called to go through the fiery furnace for His sake, Jesus will be at by your side,
Mm-hmm.
even as He was with the faithful three in Babylon.
Definitely so. Amen.
And read that story. It
Mm-hmm.
is a wonderful story.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many lessons from that story. Because of obedience to God, God was there by their side.
Yes.
Let us be obedient to Him,
Mm-hmm.
and He will be by our side.
Amen.
Right?
Yes. All right. Let us pray. Our Father which art in heaven, we thank you for being with us this afternoon. We pray that your Holy Spirit would have touched the heart of your people and that they would have heard something this evening that would have caused them to practice it and be better and to be healed. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to work as partners with you. We pray that you continue to use us to bring healing to your people. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for your Holy Spirit's presence with us. For Christ's sake, we pray. Amen.
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 It's good. Thank you for staying with us. It's goodbye from Nature's Way. Until next time, have a productive week.
Goodbye. Mhm.